On the Daltons' Trail is the 17th adventure of Lucky Luke, first published in 1962. Written by René Goscinny and drawn by Morris, it is a notable entry into the history of the Lucky Luke series for two big reasons. This comic marks the very first appearance of Rin Tin Can, who would go on to appear in practically every story that featured the Dalton brothers. The dumbest dog in the West was also added to practically every episode of the 1983 Hanna-Barbera produced version of this cartoon series, where he was renamed Bushwhack. The second notable occurrence in this comic is that it is the very first adventure where Luke's trusty horse Jolly Jumper talks, though like Rin Tin Can, humans cannot hear or understand what the animal is saying/thinking. Anyway, how faithful is the 1983 television adaptation of On the Daltons' Trail? Let's spot the differences. The comic starts with the four Dalton brothers escaping from prison by digging their way out, which is noticed by Rin Tin Can, the guard dog, who actually tries to alert the human guards, but is distracted by a bone because one of them thinks he is just hungry. The episode opens with the Daltons attempting to catch Lucky Luke with his trousers down. Literally. But the lonesome cowboy is saved by the brothers' clumsiness and a bar of soap. Delivered back to the penitentiary, their escape via tunnel is still noticed by a snoozing bushwhack, who joins them underground. Avril stupidly chases Rin Tin Can around outside because he wants to eat one of the dog's bones. His buried bones. In the comic, the tallest Dalton's first interaction with the dog was due to him thinking they'd dug far enough. Also, the villains wisely waited till nightfall to escape.
I wonder what's for dinner today? Gosh, nobody told me we're eating out.
Lucky Luke is on his way to visit a friend of his, Tex Thompson, and sees the incompetent prison guards are out searching for the Daltons with Rin Tin Can. Luke refuses to help catch the brother bandits, which is laughable in hindsight as this was only the second time they'd escaped, but changes his mind when they steal 3 of Tex's horses and a cow. Neither Tex nor his ranch appear in the adaptation, and our hero doesn't lose his temper at news of the Daltons' escape.
Come on, Ava, we're waiting on you.
Hold on, I'm eating. These leaves are real tasty.
Get down here, numbskull!
Rin Tin Can is given a piece of the Daltons' uniform to sniff, which puts him onto their scent immediately. But he is so frightened when Avril turns to face him with intent to consume, he runs all the way back again. This moment does not happen in the episode. Also, there are only 2 guards in the adaptation, but while the 3 in the comic go back to the penitentiary and leave Rin Tin Can with Lucky Luke, the 2 in the episode continue to help hunt for the Daltons.
We'd best start tracking them Daltons.
We certainly should.
Bushwhack, you come with us.
Since they didn't invite me along, I'll go with my friend Lucky Luke.
Avril angers a bull, which chases the Daltons and the prison guards throughout the rest of the story. In the comic, the cow Avril stole charges at the brothers the moment they all dismount, probably because he was talking about planning to eat her, and she returns back to the ranch along with the 3 horses Joe, William, and Jack stole.
Howdy! Any sign of the Daltons, gents?
No, sir!
Well, keep your eyes peeled.
We certainly will!
The Daltons sneak into the town of Horse Gulch during the night and steal guns. The adaptation changed the town's name to Broken Springs, and the villains encounter none of the town's citizens, despite breaking into and robbing the gun store in broad daylight. Another thing of note is that in the comic, Lucky Luke and Jolly Jumper, who are following Rin Tin Can, arrive in Horse Gulch before the Daltons, as the dog was sniffing the scent of the town's butcher shop, which Avril steals from that night.
1, 2.
Well, what do you know? It's open, Joe!
During the next few pages of the comic, the Daltons hijack a stagecoach, but soon crash due to William and Jack driving while drunk. Luke almost catches them, but Rin Tin Can leads him astray to a skunk. The adaptation replaced the stagecoach with a cafe, but the Daltons are served by Lucky Luke.
What's so special today, Mr. Luke?
Shut up, April!
Drop the guns, boys. I'm taking you in.
Forget it, cowboy! We just got out.
I hate to agree with the bad guys, but capturing them now will make a very short story.
The brothers escape arrest thanks to a much larger, less stinky animal, and in this version of events, Bushwhack follows the fleeing convicts.
What's keeping you, April?
This dog loves me, Joe.
Just proves how stupid that mutt really is.
Joe is caught when a trap he sets for Lucky Luke backfires, while his brothers are away robbing Rightful Bend. The town name was kept the same this time, and so the main change to the scene is that all 4 Daltons rob Rightful Bend separately. Joe is caught because he goes to incapacitate the sheriff, while his brothers ransack the town. William, Jack, and Averil see Luke has arrested Joe and decide to get out of town before they join their brother behind bars. In the comic, the 3 Daltons flee when they see Rin Tin Can outside the sheriff's office. In both versions, they take the dumb dog with them.
You can tell your missus. Her pies is almost as tasty as my Dalton's. Whoop!
The townfolk of Rightful Bend demand Joe Dalton be hanged, but Luke insists the Daltons belong in prison, not at the end of a rope. Joe is genuinely scared the mob might hang him, and the sheriff barricades the jailhouse door. This doesn't happen in the episode.
Reckon all I gotta do now is wait for your brothers to spring you.
What I hate most about you, Luke, is you're smart and lucky.
William, Jack, and Averil tell Rin Tin Can to fetch Lucky Luke, so they can capture him. But he brings back a pie, which the adaptation substituted for a leg of meat. Once the dog accidentally causes our hero's capture, the Daltons arrange a trade, with the prison guards guarding Joe in the episode, since apparently the sheriff of Rightful Bend fled town when the Daltons arrived. At the exchange, just as a shootout is about to happen, Rin Tin Can sits directly in both parties' line of fire, and so the Daltons get away again without firing a shot. This was changed in the episode to William throwing a lit stick of dynamite that lands next to Bushwhack, which Averil retrieves. Despite being blown up, the villains still escape again.
All this drama's giving me a tension headache.
Lucky Luke arrives in Sinful Gulch, where the townfolk, recently terrorized by the Daltons, beg him to leave, because the brother bandits threatened to return if they heard our hero was in town. Meanwhile, outside the Daltons' hideout, Averil is informed by a Mexican that Rin Tin Can is in Sinful Gulch. Apparently, word has travelled that Averil has offered a reward to whoever finds the dog. But as the tallest Dalton is still just as bad to the bone as his brothers, in addition to his handicap of being an idiot, he robs rather than rewards the Mexican. These scenes were not added to the adaptation.
April, here's your share.
Don't want it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
No, you don't. I'll take care of this. I don't get it. We're rich, we're notorious, and everybody hates us. What more could you want?
I want my doggy.
The comic's climax involves Averil being arrested by Lucky Luke when he comes to Sinful Gulch to find Rin Tin Can. Joe, William, and Jack come to town to find their brother, only to be caught themselves when a bomb Joe built and threw at Lucky Luke is given back to the 3 Daltons by Rin Tin Can. The adaptation altered this so that Averil takes Bushwhack back to the hideout, followed by Luke, who the Daltons attempt to ambush while hiding on top of their hideout, but are all accidentally knocked off the roof by bushwhack. The episode ends with the Daltons still on the run, along with the prison guards, who are still being chased by the bull. The comic ends with the brother bandits breaking rocks in the penitentiary, under the snarling supervision of Rin Tin Can, who has learned to be much more vigilant. Sort of.
I'm poor